Hey guys, it's Allie. I'm here in Trenton, New Jersey, visiting Ayana Iman to talk about her journey to self-love and what it means to be an adult mom. Let's do this. Her story, 2017.
Area, and it is an area that I don't walk around by myself. But I'm sure I got homies around here somewhere. We went to school together or did something.
Hi guys, this is Allie from BrooklynButter.com, and I'm sitting here with the beautiful Ayana Iman.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Awesome.
Perfect.
We're gonna hop right into this.
All right. Awesome.
All right, cool. So, I love how you are just transparent, completely vulnerable on social media. You give us everything. But as women, we're often taught, your emotions, you have to guard them. Mm-hmm. How has that helped you through your own self-love journey and through your own relationships?
Well, I've definitely used my social platforms as almost like as a digital diary. And on top of that, I say everything in hindsight. I do not share anything as I'm going through it unless I am able to take what comes along with it. So if it's more questions, I can answer them. If it's people wanting to know just some advice, I can answer it. But for the most part, I like to share things that I've learned versus me being upset and crazy and feeling like I just need to rant. I'm never in a ranting space. It's always forward thinking, progressive, and how can I learn? How can I change? How can I evolve?
That's beautiful, because I feel like we're stuck in that Facebook. Let me go off and tell people this is happening to me right now. And we've romanticized this idea of what self-love is, what that journey is. Aside from affirmations, what work have you put in that has helped you through your self-love journey?
So what had happened was when I was 22 years old, I am now 26, but when I was 22 years old, I went to therapy. I sat myself on a couch. It was free, paid through insurance, and I sat there on this man's couch that I didn't know. It was a big brown couch, and I sat there and I told him that I don't want to make the same mistakes that I've made before. Can you help me? Can you fix me? And his question to me was, well, why do you allow it to happen? And I was just like, why do I allow it to happen? So I made changes necessary. I did the mental work. I trimmed the fat, the people and things that no longer serve me. And it's a daily progression. It's not something that you stop it one day and then it's gone. I'm more self-aware, so I'm more intentional with my people that I'm around, from the people that I choose to love, from friendships to partnerships to the business things that I do. But at the end of the day, I have to make sure that I'm put first.
For sure. Trim the fat. That's a major key. That's a phrase that I live by. Now I want to kind of switch things into family.
Okay.
Because you wrote this amazing book, All That Matters, a book about families. Mm-hmm. You have your daughter on the cover. Why was it important to write the book now versus maybe a few years from now? So
I wrote the book maybe 2 years ago. So I wrote the book, I want to say 2015. Possibly even 2014. So it's been there. It was actually, I have an iPhone. It was in my notes for years. So I went back to grad school. I graduated in May 2016. I just didn't have the time. So I wasn't sure if this would be a book that was with cartoons. I need to find an illustrator. I needed to find someone that can do the work. I need to make sure I had the budget. Also, I needed to be intentional with my time. If I'm busy running around doing grad school and grad papers and being a mom and working full time, when I don't have the time to commit to finish this project. So when I finished school, I decided that this year, 2016, I was going to put it out. So I ended up putting it out around my birthday, which is December 10th. And the cool part about it is I released a book the year before, same time, called A Guide to Gratitude. That is a free download on my website.
So as a mom, I always think about the lessons my mom taught me that I was kind of hard-headed. I was like, I'm going to do this on my own. Mm-hmm. What are some lessons that you want to teach your daughter, but you know she's going to find out the hard way?
I don't know what she'll do on her own or what she'll find out the hard way, but I do know I'm big on affirmations, like you mentioned before. So she has this thing where when it's tough, she says, I can't do it, mommy. And I'm like, stop that right there. Like, you can do it. You just have to ask for help. Right. And so I have to constantly reaffirm to her, babe, if you can't do it, you might not be able to do all things, but I need you to ask me for help because that's what I'm here for. Too often people take just the tougher way, and they don't have to. It's because their ego and pride and their impatience makes them not want to ask for help. But in this situation, in my household, we ask. We don't have to do things the hard way. And if we do, it's a lesson learned.
What were some parts of yourself that you had to revisit while you were writing your book?
The children's book or the ebook?
The children's book.
I definitely had to revisit why I wrote the book. So I wrote the book when I was crying, actually. I was crying and I was listening to Just My Imagination from Willy Wonka. It was like, come with, is it just my imagination? It's come with me and you'll see in the world of your imagination. Yeah. So I was listening to that because my daughter was teething and crying, and we had just been in a car accident just a few days before. So I still was very shook. My car was totaled. And so I was just at a point in my life where I just felt everything was going wrong. So in the process of me making my own, I'm like, mommy, where's daddy? And it's like, I don't know, baby, but I love you. And that was real words. Like, I don't know where he is. I can't answer that for you, but I love you. And so it kind of spearheaded into kind of telling other people's stories from different family dynamics, because sometimes kids will ask you, where's the other parent? Or they'll ask their grandparent, where's the other parent? Or two-parent families, where's the other parent supposed to, what it's supposed to look like? And for me, sometimes parents don't have an answer.
Dope. Just kind of switching it up. So if you can think of like your favorite TV family, like for me it's Fresh Prince, because Will is like the cousin, the nephew that comes in, and I come from a blended family. So just seeing that love that's always surrounded. What's your favorite TV family?
That is a very good question. I think my favorite TV family might not look like my life, but I really like Blackish, because I feel like that's going to be what my family looks like. So I have Ayo, and I have an amazing boyfriend, and I know that when we're married and other children come into the picture, that they will have more privilege. And I'm not speaking just in terms of money. I'm speaking in terms of the privilege of understanding their worth, the privilege of understanding how powerful they are, using the arts, definitely traveling, definitely being more empathetic, culturally sensitive. And it's not to say that we weren't taught these things in our own family. Our parents both did amazing jobs, but the world has pivoted, and it's no longer this linear experience of what you do. You have to make your own path. So my children will definitely be privileged in that regard, to be expressive, but to also let me know why. I will always ask them, why do you do something? Why do you love it? And I won't push them to do certain things. I'll just guide them.
Beautiful. My last question, and this is a selfish Brooklyn Butter question, very selfish. You do your makeup yourself?
Do I do my makeup?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it always looks amazing, and it's like not fair.
No, this makeup has been on since, I think 7. I actually thought it was 6. It was 7 a.m.
She woke up flawless. Tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me at www.ayanaiman.com and Ayana Iman across all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and yeah, hashtag authentic convos for an amazing experience for panel discussions.
This is Alley Olivier with BrooklynButter.com. Always original, never aggregated.